Hello, 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 everybody. As I to unmute the mic. Oh my god. Oh, coffee has arrived just on time. Oh, wah, 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 wah. Hello, fellow crypto bro. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. Oh my god. Right in time. Welcome, welcome, welcome in, everybody. Oh my god, you're not getting hit by crypto, are you? I hope. I hope not. Maya, how are you? Roommate, yes, yes. Actually, that is Oprasoria bringing me in coffee. But yes, Oprasoria has the misfortune of being close to me in proximity as well as a dear friend of mine. Alrighty, how's it going? Yeah, sorry about I wanted to do a day stream and then a night stream, but I had to deal with car nonsense. So, for the first time in do they have a fabulous piece of facial hair? They have a very, very, very solid beard. A glorious, glorious beard. But unfortunately, no, it is. It's not quite as like hipstery as mine is, but you know, it's more like well kept, a little less manic and crazy than mine. How's everybody doing today? How are you doing, Maya? I hope it is going well for you. I had to make the decision to replace a part in my car myself, which I'm not looking forward to. It's been a long time since I've had to tear apart a car. But unfortunately, I cannot afford the repairs, the cost of a mechanic, so when you can't, kind of got to try to do it yourself. So I was just researching all that nonsense today when I would have rather been writing. That would have been much preferable. But we are here now. Okay. Yep, she's gonna scream at me. Like, she has not been... She's been chill all the... It's like she knows I'm streaming, because that's when she decides to come in and harass me. Good. I got 3 people to beta read. Awesome. Fantastic. The first 3 chapters today. Gonna see most of them by Monday, so that's cool. Awesome. Oh, man. Perfect. Great. And then if I can get my notes, you'll have hopefully most everything by Monday, or at least from a number of us, a number of readers, which is always a good way to start. Ugh. Speaking of which, that was actually going to be the next thing I was going to work on. Is I've had like 3 months worth of notes on a screenplay that's just sat there that I need to take and rewrite. So that was going to be the plan today, but that might have to wait till Monday of the weekend, because I got to work on this Western today. Ba ba ba. Yes, hello, princess. All right, yep. All right, there you go. All right, you happy now? I'm having to read swap for one of them, and I don't like reading. That's awesome. I get that a little bit. I mean, I like reading. I tend to like reading other people's stuff and just kind of seeing where they're at. I don't know why. Maybe it's like a sick curiosity of mine, but I enjoy reading. It also reminds me of, like, I feel you're like, I'm a writer, not a reader. What is it? Is it Garth Marenghi's Dark Place? I'm one of the few people who's written more books than they've read. It's one of my favorite jokes. Did you watch Open Range? No, I didn't. I actually went. After I finished last night, I was so tired. I didn't even make it through. I made dinner, watched an episode of Futurama, and passed out. I didn't even get to watch a movie, so I will be watching that tonight. Since I'll be ending stream earlier tonight, on the earlier side. So I promise you, Maya, I will watch it. So the next time I stream, I will have seen it. Because I'm gonna watch it tonight. It's next on the list. Oh, shit. Not that. Not that at all. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? We don't want that at all. Wow, there we go. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, let's see. Now I've got my coffee, I can get my caffeine on, and we can get to work. Dude, I never liked reading. It's why my writing was so god-awful when you first started. LOL. Yeah, I mean... Just because, yeah, I think that is actually a kind of, I mean, people joke about it, but it is kind of a misnomer to assume that all writers read a lot. I think it's good to read as a writer. I think it does help you be a better writer, but it doesn't mean you have to be, like, voracious and read a ton of stuff. Okay, back now and lurking, but I'm here. Ah, good to see you, Opera Yes. Lurk away. Go relax, play games. Do as thou will. Do as thou wilt. But I feel like it's kind of a, you know, I know a lot of people in film who actually aren't really, they don't watch a lot of movies. You know, a lot of them like work and they do their thing and that's what they work on. And then they don't watch a lot. And that's, it's some people they work better that way. I don't know. Other people, yeah, obviously are students of the craft, so they'll like read voraciously and then be writers. Most writers do read, but there are the few of us who don't. Looks away dramatically with the sun behind me. Here's like, there are some of us who do not need to read. Oh, did you get stuck? Are you stuck? Okay, there you go. Yes, you are one of the few, Maya, the ancient of the ancient order of readless writers. You, I should though. I want to order a few light novels to read. Yeah, I think if you get in the habit of it, it's a lot easier. You know, life kind of carries you away, and I stopped reading, particularly when I was in school. I was a philosophy major, so I didn't read any fiction because I was reading like either philosophy books or essays constantly. And it just completely killed any desire I had to read fiction. And it took a long time to get that back. I think I've probably read more fiction in the past since COVID than I did in the 7 years leading up to it, which has been really refreshing for me. But philosophy, ever play Nier Automata? I see. So you are a philosopher. You must have heard of the strange, brilliant madman Yoko Taro, huh? Yes, no, it's one of my favorite games. Both Nier games. Both Nier games are up there. The only games I've ever platinumed or come close to platinuming and just playing to an unhealthy degree are Bloodborne, Nier, and Nier Automata. Are both of those games. And actually, I was going to stream Drakengard 3 because I've never played any of the Drakengard games. So at some point, I don't know if I'm going to do it on Twitch. If I do it on Twitch, it won't be like with a gamer tag because I do not want gamers coming into like into my stream. Like you know the game, you know those gamers. Like I just don't want that. I like the little writing community. Or I might stream it on Discord. But I do want to play Drakengard because that was kind of like, I think he did Drakengard right after he did the first Nier. Are you particularly a fan of nihilism? Lol. Depends what you mean by nihilism. But I am a fan. I do come from the continental philosophy school, so the weirdo school of philosophers. So Nietzsche, Heidegger, Husserl, Merleau-Ponty, Sartre, all those dudes. So less the analytic philosophy people and more the what I call the weird poets of philosophy. That even if you go to a philosophy department, they think they hate you. They hate you. You're the weirdo in the philosophy department. But also most philosophers, like if you go to like a school and meet the philosophy people, they're all pretentious assholes anyway. So, and I hate they're what they call analytic philosophers, and I hate them. They're just tedious. tedious, pretentious little weirdos. Nier Automata has my favorite story in games. It just hits so goddamn it. Yeah, it's also I'm a big believer in form and function for art. So I believe that like Dudioka. Well, yeah, of course he loved Nietzsche. I mean Nietzsche, nihilism had existed long before Nietzsche, but Nietzsche was the one who really clarified it and understood like what the different types of nihilism were and how these things are expressed in life. And there's some really good stuff in Japan from the Kyoto school of philosophy, not the later era Kyoto school, the non-Japanese imperialist fascist Kyoto school, but the later ones like Nishitani and Nishida, who actually do a lot of really interesting work trying to like kind of like come at it from a Buddhist angle, but really come at Nietzsche in a really interesting way. And I would highly, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, it's a good read, particularly Nishitani's Emptying of the Will is a really good essay. But yeah, I'm a really big fan of form and function for video game, for any art form. So books, movies, video games. I feel like I'm a big believer that the type of story you're trying to tell, or at least the take, how the story is being expressed, should be conductive to the medium that it's in. So essentially, it's like the medium itself is a part of the theme or the form. And there's very few games. I feel like a lot of games try to duplicate movies or like try to be like movies. The Last of Us is a really good example of that, where it's just like you're kind of just trying to be a movie. You're structuring it like a movie. You're doing and various things you're trying to do just feel like a movie, and I find that dull. Kind of like, if you just copy a book verbatim in the adaptation to a movie, it's just like, well, the book's gonna be better because you're losing so much in translation, unless you're doing like a really interesting take or really working to translate it into another medium so that it can express itself and what it's trying to say in that medium. And I think Nier Automata, games like Nier, use the video game form to get their point across better than pretty much any other video game I've ever seen. Like, Nier Automata could not exist with that kind of hit, and hit you as hard as it does if it's not a video game. Now, I haven't finished watching the anime. I don't know if the anime is even done yet, and I'm gonna watch it. Warily, I'm gonna watch it, but I just don't think it's gonna hit nearly as hard. That was great, though. Amazing characters with such strong emotion. Yeah, oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes. Absolutely. Oh my god. There's so many points in that game that just destroy me as a person. I've never cried. Both Nier games, the first Nier and Nier Automata, have probably made me cry more than any other, definitely of any other game. I mean, I was a sobbing wreck playing when you're a sobbing wreck playing the credits of a video game is insane. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, no, I could, yes, I'm a big fan of Nier. Yeah, so I'm gonna check out the show, but I'm almost positive certain things are gonna get lost in translation, which is too bad. But that is the nature of the beast. There's a few games that make me feel empty when it's over. Empty in like a contemplative way, or empty in like I just feel hollow and dead inside, like bad, or in like a good way. Because that's I'm trying to think if I've ever had that where I'm trying to think if I had a game make me feel hollow or empty. I mean, I enjoyed, like, Undertale hit me really hard. I thoroughly enjoyed Undertale. Believe it or not, the gotcha game Honkai Impact Third has one of the most beautiful stories and such amazing character development I've seen in a game or media in general. It's so good, if not a tad bit too anime at times. Okay, yeah, I mean, I can suffer through. I can suffer through the too anime at times. Oh god, Opera Soria can definitely speak to this too at some point because Opera Soria had to deal with me finally reaching the end of it. But I got really into the Trails games. I played a gotcha game of all things, but I got really into the Trails games, and I really love Sky 1 and 2, and I really like the first. I like the first and the third Trails of Cold Steel, too. I still feel like they hold up. But after finishing playing, I mean, I played in about a year and a half. I played all those games, with the exception of the ones that weren't at the time available. Which, and the stories were okay, but you know, they definitely start to feel like a Marvel experience where you're like, oh, okay, they're just following the same. You play enough arcs where you're like, it's just the same fucking formula, but like, I can deal with the anime. Like I've suffered through enough of it where it's like, oh, okay, you know, you can roll your eyes and are like, okay, yes, the the strong anime vibes are coming at me, but I can get through it for the story. I mean, if you're really into RPGs, the world is robust. It's really well fleshed out. The characters. The thing that I liked about it was that the characters, you can talk to every person in any village, and they all have arcs. They all have mini arcs. So like as you go and keep talking to them, it, you know, their story changes with yours. So it's always fun to go back and check in with all those characters and see the little dramas that unfold in their lives. That's where the game's at its strength. The weakness of the games are where it has to keep doing the ever never ending shonen ramp it up anime garbage that I'm just like, I'm tired. And okay, we got the Tsundere Psycho, we've got the I guess that would be the the Yandere. I don't fucking I get those terms mixed up. But yeah, yeah, I get it. I'm like, oh, okay, I've seen this character before. I get it. I've watched anime. I get it. Dude, can I say that major media storytelling is regressed into cliche film? Yeah, it's cookie cutter. It's safe. It's literally safe. It's just safe cookie cutter garbage. There's a reason why I'm not in total agreement with Quentin Tarantino about this, but I think Hollywood studio filmmaking, this is probably the least interesting time as like in terms of the studios putting out interesting films. Not everything has to be interesting, but just as a broad overall, the kinds of movies that are coming out, we are living in the least interesting time since the 80s, where it's just like it's just repetitive garbage with singular monolithic. Because in the 80s, everybody was just super high on Ronald Reagan and just that kind of culture and mentality. And you get movies at the fringes that go against it and iconic films from that period. But it's just like, if you look at the actual movies that were coming out in the 80s and the movies that are actually coming out now, they are just the same fucking movie. It's just the same thing over and over and over again because it sells. It's a safe guarantee. And when you're spending, you know, $250-300 million on the movie and then twice that on the advertising budget, you know, almost every movie has to reach $1 billion to make a profit. And there's actually a great breakdown where Matt Damon, I think on there's an interview with Matt Damon. It might be that like Hot Wings thing that's on YouTube, where he actually breaks down how the 90s and the home video market is actually what like brought indie cinema back. Where the secondary thing, people like things didn't have to do well in theaters, and so it just completely blew up. I mean, it was the era that like Tarantino got big in, all these people got big in because people could take chances again because it didn't have to make money in the theater, so they didn't have to just throw fuckloads of money at the advertising budgets. They could just, if it didn't make money in the theater, if they, you know, they could get it on cable and it get a cult following, and the home video market would just all of a sudden it would make all of its money and more and become a hit. And you saw so many movies doing that, so people were willing to take chances. You're seeing the same thing. You're seeing that kind of funneling of media nowadays too, where it's all just, and streaming doesn't make any money, so you're suffering through that. Where that's why there's not a lot of interesting content, is they have to make sure it's cookie cutter, it can sell, it can fill the content thing, but streaming also doesn't make any money, and no one seems to understand that streaming doesn't make any fucking money. Like, and they keep doing it like it does. Why does no one take chances? I mean, that's kind of why, a little bit. Also, just the people in charge of the studio execs. The people that are there now are just, they're penny pushers. Anime garbage? Demon Slayer, Jujutsu, every Shonen Jump manga. What's MHA? Why do I feel like I should know that? What is that? That's an oh, My Hero. That's My Hero. Okay, gotcha. My Hero Academia. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yes. I don't think I have watched... Everybody loved Jujutsu. I remember people raving about that show, and I was not into it. Yeah. No. Yeah, see, this is... Yeah, I agree with you that it's anime garbage, but, you know... I feel like so many shows that have been coming out... I feel like a grumpy old man that most of the shows that I'm around are like that, so... That I'm just like, crap. It's all crap. I'm an old man. I'm angry. Chainsaw Man was actually good despite being Shonen Jump, but that's because the author is almost as crazy as... Yeah, I've heard really crazy things about the Chainsaw Man. Dude, I haven't read the manga. I watched like 2 episodes of the... I watched like 2 episodes of the show. And I was like, I'll come back to this. I don't know if it's my jam, but I'll come back to it. It's interesting enough. It's got vibes. I can chill with its vibes, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, no. Most recently, I've mostly stuck to of like the recent shows that have been coming out. I have like the weird, wonky comedies I've been watching, like. Akiba Maid War was awesome. I loved that show. That show was way better than it had any right to be in its premise, and it was very, very good. And then yeah, I watched the new Trigun, which I'll watch anything Orange does, Studio Orange, because they're pretty solid. Even though I wasn't as crazy about Beastars, but it was fine. Oh, and the new Gundam. The new Gundam. If they stick that landing, that new Gundam is rad. But I'm a sucker for Gundam. I still blast the intro song most mornings for Akiba Maid War because it's a banger, man. It's a fucking banger. That opening is awesome. I've gotten so picky about the shows I watch now. Holy shit. I am spoiled on quality. The only new show I've been watching lately is Heavenly Delusion. I don't think I've watched that. Heavenly Delusion. Yeah. I mean, I'm a Gundam junkie, but even then, I haven't liked a lot. It's just this most recent Gundam has been really, really, really good. Like, really good. So, I'm just glad that there's a good Gundam. It's almost like doing what I think everybody wanted Gundam Wing to be, and before they realized Gundam Wing was terrible. Okay. Oh, okay. I've seen this pop up. Okay, it's on Hulu. Gotcha. All right, I'll check this out. I like the art style. I like the character designs. Sweet. It's like, oh man, I mean, I almost will watch any anime that has unique character designs and it's not all just like the same cookie cutter moe shit. Like the actual art style has character. It looks interesting. Nice. Okay. I'll check this out. This looks cool. Sweet. Thanks for that, Maya. I always need new, pretty anime girl with colorful hair out. Yeah, exactly. Yep. That's this. Yep. You're just like, ugh. It's like yes, every single one of these looks like a goddamn like gacha game mixed with just every anime, every just carbon copy anime character. Okay, blue. Oh wait, no, we've got it. We've got a blue-haired tsundere and a redhead kudere or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I like plenty. I don't believe in liking things ironically or any of that kind of thing. I mean, I have my opinions and I'm a grumpy old man about it, but I love plenty of trash, just absolute trash. There are shows that I watch that I love, particularly anime shows that are complete trash, and it's fine. It can be nostalgia, it can be just something about it resonates with you. That's why I try not to be too hard, but man, it's so hard sometimes with the anime, particularly because I feel like you see one, you see them all. I feel that 100%. Yeah, yeah. If no shame in liking what you like, man. Like if you like it, go for it. There's a reason why you like it. And that's good. It doesn't all have to be deep, meaningful stuff. My first true anime was Rosario Vampire. Oh, okay, yeah. There's a charm to that trash, though. There's an absolute charm to that, for sure. Yep. Absolute charm, yeah. Took me a while to get over that. I've definitely had my fits where I'm just like, oh my god, everything I like is terrible. I'm a garbage person, but no, it's stupid. It's stupid. If you like, you should absolutely embrace what you like. And there's a reason you like what you like, too. And that could be, it doesn't have to be the most philosophically coherent reason why. Churu Churu Paya Paya, trash show banger soundtrack. There are so many anime out there that are trash but have amazing soundtracks. sometimes it's worth it just for the soundtrack. I mean, there's so many like Macross. There's a few Macross out there. If you can't tell, I'm like a bit of a mech guy, but there's some Macross out there that's terrible. Man, those soundtracks are fucking great. If you like it, it's not terrible. Most importantly to you, Aprasoria, nailing it today with the truth. 100%. That is the goddamn truth, and I am sticking to it. All right. Okay, everybody. All right. I'm stretching, and it is time to get to work. So I am working on a breaking story for the horror western that I am trying to write. Try to get that done. So if you are writing, playing video games, working, whatever it is you're doing, feel free to work, chill, relax, have fun along. Kingdom Hearts, love the series to death, brings me feelings nothing has ever given me sense, but goddamn, it shows its plot hole on its sleeves. Yeah, it's definitely, Kingdom Hearts is a game that runs on vibes. And you, hey man, it works, dude. Like if sometimes those vibes are strong enough. That's yeah. Literally a thing could just not make sense, and it's all just good vibes. Just hang with those vibes. It'll carry you through. All right, everybody. We're going to switch over to writing capture. That's right. That's what we're supposed to do today. We're gonna be doing writing. All right, and breaking story. All right, everybody. We're going to start our first sprint of the day. I hope it is a good one. Let me switch the music over. Nope, stop. There we go. All right. Make sure this isn't too loud. There we go. All right, everybody. Happy writing. We'll see you on the other side. And away we go. Oh, all right. First sprint down, everybody. Hope it was a good one and rad. Perfectly timed to the ad break. Trying to get better at this. One down. One thumbs up for one riding sprint down. Well done, everybody. Hope it was a good one. We're going to go ahead and have a quick ad break, and then we'll just chill for 10 minutes, and then start the next one. I'm going to start the timer. Oh, bo. What time do I plan stopping? Probably around like 10, 9 or 10 probably. I'm going to try to do the usual like between 5 and 6 sprints is the goal tonight. Oh, and then I'll be back on Sunday. Sunday to continue the journey. Where? Let's go down a little bit. Yeah, I also want to try to get watch some things and kind of do some research and some more watch Open Range. I also have a book I need to read too, called The White Buffalo, that I need to read while I'm working on kind of breaking the story here for this. So. Oh, and there we go. I'm assuming, yep, the ads do the ads thing. I have to do research or smithing. Research on smithing because of my main character wants to apprentice. I think I'm gonna use the restroom while we're doing that because there's not really a ton on. Oh man, I definitely feel fried today after. I'm glad I finished the rough draft of that story, but I'm feeling it a little bit. Feeling it. Singing my songs. All right. Okay. I'll be right back. Oh, we're back. All right. Okay. I hope there was no crypto, everybody. I hope it was not crypto. I don't know why that's become a thing. Like, there's so many worse ads that could be, but um, I hate research because there's a lot of reading. Okay, yeah, back to the reading thing. Ad over now. Okay, good. Oh yeah, um, yeah, that's true. I definitely, yeah. When I'm going down a research spiral, that's definitely, there's a lot of reading. A crypto ad would just be it would just be annoying. Yeah, that's yeah. It's not the worst ad. I don't know why I've hyper singled out crypto. I think it's because it's like something I could imagine being on Twitch that I also just find annoying. But oh boy. Yeah, research. I mean, smithing, how deep? You don't have to go too deep, right, Maya? You could probably get away with you can probably get away with like doing just kind of vague overtones about smithing. Like pull some quotes from like Conan the Barbarian, because they were smiths. They made cool weapons. They solved the riddle of, they were trying to find the riddle of steel. Could like maybe kind of make it a little wider. I'm honestly thinking she might take on another craft so I don't have to do it. Especially since I already have a side character playing a plan to be the main smith for the main group later. I write and unfortunately pains it. Oh yeah, okay, you've just put yourself in a corner. In that case, you've definitely put yourself in a corner there. Uh, you're like Robert, the version of Robert Eggers who hates research but still has to be like meticulously detailed about everything. That's rough. Yeah, maybe that's a better, maybe yeah, to have to do another craft, and so then you can just kind of maybe have a vague smithing overtone, save you the trouble, hopefully. I do feel like it's hard. I don't know. You feel like compelled to want to be very, very detailed and accurate. I feel that way when I'm like writing scripts or when I'm trying to like prep for a scene. Like I feel like I almost have to understand exactly how this thing that I am clearly not an expert in works. I should find an excerpt that shows that. Yeah. Yes. That shows the painstaking detail. Well, I'm assuming I'll see it in your chapters when I read them this weekend. So I imagine so. The one thing is I have learned, and I don't know about how this works for I don't write nearly enough prose to actually be able to like understand the um all the fine details of the inner workings of the craft, but I learned it took way too long to learn how much you can cut out of like a film, both from a screenwriting perspective and also just actually having filmed it, because there's you kind of get wrapped in this logic like you have to show this, you have to do this thing, and you you kind of almost have to like shockingly like really understand how the human mind connects things in a way to where they're kind of doing a lot of the magic for you. Kind of the same logic that like if you take a shot and show a house and then you cut to a close up of a door, we like our brains immediately relate those two things together. Like we associate images together or associate concepts together. And you can subvert that and play with those expectations. So like if you take that and you kind of see how far you can push it, you actually can just like start cutting things and like minimizing things, and people just start filling in the blanks. And if you get really good at doing that, you can kind of almost force like an alchemy to occur. Um, anyway, yeah, it's just an interesting thing I had to think of, because there was a period where I'm like, I cut very slowly because I felt like I needed to show so much of this stuff. And as people like, just go to this thing, it'll make sense. No one will care. And it's true. And it makes the editorial flow of the film a lot better. It's just interesting. I was actually told that I write like my readers are idiots, lol. Like, you're just like explaining it like, no, I need you to understand. I mean, that's not that's not a bad thing. I mean, sometimes I feel like a lot of fantasy authors, like if it's fantasy, they do that. I mean, Tolkien kind of, because he's so in the world. He's like, if you read it, and yeah, he's explaining to you like Middle Earth and all these things, but he's kind of like explaining it to you like you're a child, kind of like you're an idiot. I heard logic and it threw me into a small panic. Oh no, oh no, Opera Story. It's just like, what? Programming? What's happening? Oh god. Yeah, no. No. Not that kind of logic. Editorial logic. Editing in like a movie or narrative. What you cut, how you choose to edit. Alrighty. Okay. Logic the Rapper. Is there actually a rapper named Logic? Is that a thing? I mean, I thought you were just making a joke, but that could be that could be a thing. I wouldn't be shocked if there actually was a rapper named Logic. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and get a... Yes, there is. Okay, thank you, Opera Story. Yes. Like, explain to the old dumb man about Logic the Rapper. Okay, good. I'm glad I got it that it was a joke, as well as that there's a rapper named Logic. All right. I don't know what the kids like. And of course I'm going to look it up, and Logic's been around for like 30 years. I'm just going to be like, oh, I'm just dumb. All right. Okie doke. All right. Let's go ahead and get started on our next sprint, everybody. And we'll go ahead and get started. And we'll see you on the other side. Happy writing, or working, or relaxing. And away we go.